Hey, what's up, bros? It's Saturday. If you're watching this, you just saw the crazy tricep shoulders video. Bro, that's that's literally, of all the crazy moments I've had since I started this, that I think that's number one. It's either that or when I did the 3-day fast and I first did the crucifix pose and I first saw my biceps. Those are the two moments where I geeked out. The more my rear delts, I don't know, those really anytime I see some cool, but I wanted to see my triceps this whole time, and I finally started to barely see them. Like 2 months ago or whatever, a month ago, whatever it was. But that's the first. They would just plus, hey, it's 100% this and the static hold, and so that was cool. I was all hyped for that because I'm gonna start doing those on shoulders every shoulder day now, and I really like those static holds. And I want to start trying to implement them on bench, doing some with holding it. I mean, you do that with push-ups. I don't know that I could do that with a push-up very long, but with like 200 pounds on a bar, I'm pretty sure I could hold that for a while. And just, yeah, I mean, everything I've read on it, and well, I really just did it by feel. It started with the Zerchers, and then I was like, usually I do something weird like that, then I look it up and see if it's good or bad. And I didn't really I just knew because my quads were pumped, because the Zerchers hit my glutes and hamstrings a lot more because of my wide stance, really knee squat. But when I held it, remember I was like, yeah, that's my leg extensions. And then I started doing the sissy squats, which I think we're getting close to where we can start doing those again. And because I love sissy squats. They're just, I don't know, maybe it's slightly an ego thing, but it's also, I want my quads to get pumped, and it pumps the shit out of my quads. But I will not lie, if there is one ego lift that I do, it's sissy squats, ironically. It's not all the heavy cheek curls and stuff. That's not ego. I've talked about it multiple times, that's my philosophy. I want functional lifting, right? I want to recruit all my muscles. I don't want to isolate my biceps. And that's why I got some big ass fucking biceps for 6 months, and that's not all fat. You know what I mean? I know it may look like it, but that's not all fat. And that's dry fasted. There's nothing. And that's from those heavy cheek curls. And I know, now that I've lifted enough, I know what a pump is. And I get the biggest pumps from cheek curling 130 pounds or 110 pounds. You know what I mean? I did 160 once, but that was probably a little overboard. But yeah, I think I did 160 for, what was it, 4 or 5 reps? Or 6? Did I get 6 on it? I don't know. But anyways, but really mixing the heavy with burning out. And I'm also playing with doing some biceps on leg day, because I want to hit biceps the second day, and then start doing RDLs on leg day also for hamstrings. I've kind of started doing them, but doing them more, and then because that's like straight leg deadlifts, because that's like a second hit for my back. So then I'm hitting my back twice a week. I'm hitting my biceps twice a week. Obviously, I already hit my triceps twice a week. And my pecs and chest and shoulders get hit twice a week. I mean, yeah, shoulders doesn't activate the pecs too much. But but the overhead press, when I'm doing this part on the front, you're hitting your top pecs. Like this, especially this part right here, which is probably one of my most natural, crazy, genetic, whatever the fuck this thing is, has always been massive on me. And that's muscle, it's not fat, but this thing has always been massive. So whatever this part is, I think it's part of your pec or whatever, but this is just a giant fucking steak. Or roast. This is more like a roast. This is a rump roast on my damn arm. But anyway, so yeah, getting back, and then hamstrings, obviously. And then on back day, also doing straight-legged deadlifts, because doing speed reps, or like what I call cardio deadlifts. I need to start integrating those again. Feeding into the whole idea that my workouts are basically like sprints. And they're not like sprints, they are sprints. I know because I run sprints, so I literally know that they're almost even more intense than sprints. That's why I actually like sprints, and I fucking hate long distance stuff, because I've always been able to run sprints. I recover quick. Even when I was 500 pounds playing football or basketball, or anything, that's kind of my whole life. I could do a burst and then a rest. Burst, rest. I can do that all day, but you get me doing I would rather go 80 or 90 or 100% for a burst than to take a break. Doing that over and over and over for hours and hours versus doing like 40 or 50% for hours and hours nonstop. So that's just how my body's wired. I'm a sprinter. I have a shitload of fast twitch, and but you know, I may have slow twitch also. I've just never utilized it because I've been over 300 pounds since I was 11 years old. And even when I was a little kid, bro, when I was like 6 years old and I was walking to the lake to go swimming or riding a bike, riding a bike. I almost never rode my bike. I'd ride my bike like fucking 100 yards. I'd ditch it in the woods and I'd literally hitchhike like 2 miles to the lake. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. My parents would never, or my dad wouldn't give me a ride or anything. He's like, "Will you walk your fat ass to the fucking lake or whatever?" Me and my sister go. Well, it's always usually my idea because she was a lot more active than me. She played sports and stuff. But I ditched my bike and I'd be fucking hitchhiking. So I've always been a lazy bastard. But I also used to run around the woods like a wild Mowgli. I was kind of like Mowgli when I was a kid. Growing up out in the woods. That was interesting. But anyways, getting back to the whole lifting thing. So and then that will hit everything twice a day. And then now quads, I was thinking about maybe I'll do like 1 to 3 sets of 60 squats also maybe on back day of quads or something. But I've been looking up quads is your main big muscles don't necessarily need to be hit twice. Like you can get away with just a really nasty workout once a week with your quads and chest and your back. I literally just watched a video of Israel talking about that, which he's really big into lifting a lot. So if he says, because I watched the Dorian Yates video, but I've been thinking about this for a while. I just always fucking forget because when I'm making the video, I'm just in the moment. I always forget shit. I probably should get another whiteboard just for notes to put up back there where the camera's never showing, so I can just write whatever on there, and then and I'm looking right at it. In fact, I'm gonna after this because I use my phone to order on Amazon. I'm gonna order a big another whiteboard to put right there for notes because I forget random shit. Also, like the bro that's been trying to get me to do lean laterals for poor guy. He's been trying to get me to do those for like 3 months, and it's not that I'm ignoring him. I just literally always forget it, and honestly, part of it I think unconsciously is I don't really like isometrics because it extends the whole thing out twice as long. And I just like going, like I said, I like going hard in a short burst and then a rest. I don't really like sitting there doing that. But then sometimes I do. Like with the flutter raises. That's my shit, dude. And again, I'm not saying no one's ever done that. But there's a few things where I came up with on my own. Now, why there's someone else has done it or not, I don't know. But my flutter raises, my pumpinators, which is my bodyweight hamstring, and the standing skull crushers. Those 3 things I came up with on my own without seeing anyone do it or anything. And again, I'm not saying no one's ever done it, I don't know. But those are my 3 things that I'm proud of because whether they exist or not, I've invented it. It's like, if you've accidentally made mayonnaise for the first time and invented it, and you never ate or saw or knew anything about mayonnaise, does it take away the fact that you invented mayonnaise? Can you still not be proud of yourself for inventing mayonnaise? I know that's a really weird fucking example, but tells you where my mind's at. No, not really, but I do love me some mayonnaise, boy. Fuck me, I love me some mayonnaise. But obviously, not eating carbs, there's not really much room for mayonnaise, so. But one of my favorite things in the world is just a big-ass, good, juicy sandwich or 2 with some good whole grain bread with seeds in it. And good, thick sandwiches with just jalapenos, onions, raw onions, and maybe some Triscuits. I don't even like chips when I eat a sandwich. If I eat anything with it, it's like Triscuits. But I like eating onions like chips. That's something I used to eat. I used to eat that every day for lunch for years. when I was younger, in my early 20s. That was literally my lunch for at least 3 years, every day, fucking never fails, never failed. And then for breakfast, I'd have like 5, 6 eggs, and then like half a pound of sausage and 4 pieces of toast, and literally like 3/4 a stick of butter. So yeah, that's how I became 500 pounds, bro. I used to eat that every day. Eventually, when I get under 400 pounds, I'm going to start doing some epic eating challenges and stuff, because that's just something that, content I want to do. But that's not funny, in my opinion, until I've dropped a good amount of weight and kept it off, and I'm not in this crackhead mode where I see a fucking grain of rice and I go on a 2-week binger, you know what I mean? So, but I'm not going to run away from it. You know, that's what I haven't, that's the approach I've had with all drugs and alcohol. You know, my dad was a cokehead and all that, meth and crack and all that. And I've tried a lot of stuff just to prove that I was better than my dad, for better or for worse, and nothing ever snagged me. And so that's where I'm at. And except food, cigarettes, and for about 15 years, smoked a lot of weed. But I don't know that if I had it, I would smoke it every day. But if I didn't have it, I was all right if I didn't have weed. But man, I would lose my mind if I didn't have cigarettes. I'm telling you, I'd go stand on the corner asking for bus money until I had enough to buy cigarettes, or I'll pawn my game. I would do some crazy shit to get cigarettes. And yeah, so random tidbit. But anyways, so yeah, just sitting here bullshitting. I guess I'll probably just upload this without any real editing. This is just kind of like a live stream, but not a live stream. I'm thinking about it. I think eventually I'm going to do it. It's just I'm kind of working up to it. There's a little part of me that I think, just simply because I can go on one like this and talk, and then sometimes, man, I just chill, dude. I can literally go a whole day without saying 2 words and be just fine. Because again, I spent so much time in the woods and alone and shit. I'm just comfortable being alone. And so there's a part of me that's like holding the conversations. I don't know. That's going to be a little interesting, and I don't want it to be awkward. But I'm probably just overthinking it, and maybe I just do short streams or something. But of course, with streaming, the key is to get a chat. Once you get a chat, then it's fun. The chat becomes half the content. Any good streamer, their chat is off the chain, especially on Twitch. That's why I love Twitch so much. I mean, I haven't watched too many YouTube streams. If I want to watch a live stream, I go to Twitch or Kick, because I like politically incorrect shit. So I like some of Twitch's stuff, or I like some of Kick's stuff. Well, Twitch is pretty politically incorrect too. That's just. Anyways, yeah. So I love the crazy autist chat, and there's more than one reason for that, but I really enjoy it, respect it, and I understand it. So. And by the way, if you didn't know, there's actually a lot of legit autistic people that are in. That's like their whole life is Twitch, and so that's kind of a cool part of it. There's literally thousands of autistic people that all day that's their thing is on Twitch. That's like they don't really have much of a life other than that. Like, you know, so you know that's it's actually a really cool thing. I don't think really very many people understand how cool Twitch is for that. I mean, that's actually a really big deal. But anyways, so yeah, kind of a bunch of red tips. Let's just do some unboxing. I think this is all stuff for the channel, or like for the whole gym thing. And I finally did it, y'all. I finally bit it. I was hesitating because I didn't want to put myself in a deficit in case something happened. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to say, fuck it. And I'm tired of dicking around with this ghetto camera. It takes me like 10 minutes to edit a short on Instagram because the stupid app goes black every 5 seconds. You know, if you're in the editing thing, you're trying to crop it. I have to do it, you know, like a little bit at a time because the screen goes black. I can't even fucking see it while I'm editing it. And I edit it in a vertical format and upload it to it, but it doesn't. It just uploads like this. So it's a pain in the ass. Plus, it's all grainy. If you zoom in at all on this camera, it's grainy. It's pretty decent when it's like this, and outside it's beautiful colors, unless you zoom it. As soon as you zoom it, it's fucked. And the S24 Ultra is not like that. And the only reason I can buy the S24 Ultra because of Amazon, Amazon, they have the 5 monthly payments. But you got to catch it. They like cycle shit through it. I think it's overstock stuff or like, so like in this example, this was only one color of the phone that was on that had the 5 payments. So I think they just had an overstock of this color. It's like a, which makes sense. It's like a kind of a ghetto gold yellow color. So I doubt very many people are buying it, but that's fine. I'm wrapping it in the case anyway. And so that'll be, this is just a case. I actually got this a while ago, but I've been holding off. I've actually went to get one, I think twice, and then canceled it just because, but I'm not kidding, it's already been shipped. We're good. I don't like being in debt, and I don't like, you know, but in the case, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did get a credit card like a month and a half ago. That's the first credit card I've gotten since I did my bankruptcy. And this is literally the only reason I got it, because I got the offer in the mail, and it's 0 interest until December or until January. So I'm just like, you know what? So that was originally what I was going to do, is get a phone with that, because I got a $1,000 credit line right off the bat, and just that way I could just pay it off slowly. But obviously the phone's a little more than that. So, and again, I just kind of, anyways, yeah, I don't like being in debt, so I didn't want to do it, but I did it, so it's coming. So the video quality is going to get a huge upgrade. I'll finally be able to use a mic. That's another thing. I can't use my damn $300 mic that I bought with this, the Rode mic that I got like 4 months ago. I've never even been able to use it because this stupid phone won't work with it. I'll never buy another Motorola phone ever again. There's certain things about them, they're janky. And I originally got it because it's one of the only actual American phones that's made in the United States anymore. But yeah, that's a whole other topic. It doesn't need, we don't need to talk about that. But so yeah, let's just, I don't know exactly what all that. Well, first of all, I took this out of the package. I got another thing of my favorite protein. This is, again, I'm not selling anything. There's a link that I linked this, but it's $98 and there's 143 servings. I love it and it tastes amazing. So I'm just sharing. I mean, this is what I buy myself, so I'm just showing y'all. And so if you're on a budget like me and you need protein, like this is a godsend for me to be able to have whey protein. Because I eating in the style that I'm eating, 1 to 2 meals, so really 1 meal and 1 big protein shake is basically what I do. You know, I don't like eating 3 pounds of meat in one sitting. I don't mind 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds, but beyond that, it's just excessive, and then I'm forcing it down, and I don't like doing that. You know what I mean? I love food. I don't want to be fucking forcing shit down. I'm fucking fasting and on ketovore. Why am I stuffing my face? That's dumb. But, and then so I got this, and then I've also got that longer casein protein, so I can mix them. But anyway, so yeah, this is 10 pounds, $98. Amazing, 143 scoops of 24 grams of protein. And yeah, there's some funky shit. There's soy lecithin in it and sucralose. Honestly, what I would like, this brand has one that is natural with just stevia and monk root. That's what I would buy if I had the money, but it's like twice as much. It's actually still not even that bad. I think it's 30-something bucks for 2 pounds, which isn't the worst deal in the world, but just super clean. There's like 5 ingredients in it, but this is a really good brand. I like this. I think they call themselves Rival Nutrition. I don't know this, but my theory is this guy has some kind of beef with Optimum Nutrition, because this tastes almost exactly like vanilla. And that's my one protein I'm familiar with, because that's what I've always had back in the day when I lifted with Brad when I was 19. And then a couple times when I was working on having protein, I always used Optimum Nutrition. And that's the vibe I get, is this guy had beef with Optimum Nutrition, and that's kind of how this came about. But that's just speculation. I don't know shit about that. Now this, I have no idea what it is, so that's cool. Then I order shit, and then I just leave it in the post office for a little while sometimes, and then I forget all about it, so it's like Christmas. So it's Christmas for both of us. Oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. Oh, They gave me a return. Come on, bro. Why you gotta do me like that, Amazon? And why you gotta give me a return? But I gotta make sure everything's in here. I hate getting returns. I hate getting back. Man. Come on, Amazon. But anyways, this is Fat Boy Pull-Up Assist. So, now we go to the park and do some pull-ups and dead hangs and shit. You do a back day at the park under the sun. And so this is actually pretty nice. This actually wasn't too bad. I don't remember how much. I think this was like 25, 30 bucks. But absolutely worth it if it works. It's actually, because yeah, you can get those bands, but I was trying those and that's just, my fat ass was having an issue doing that. So this seemed a lot simpler. And, you know, I don't care. I don't mind having doing that. But so, and then I forget how the weight of the bands are. I need to look and make sure everything came with it. I thought there's a heavy band and there's a less heavy band. I don't know how heavy these are. Which I didn't get. I was going to buy the whole thing that brought me to this is I was going to buy a set of these bands. And then, but this was about the same price as a full set. So I was like, screw it. And these set are heavy. I think these are like 200 pounds. And then 100 pound or something like that. I'll have to look at it. Or 100 and a 50 pounder. I should be able to, I will be surprised. No, I know I can do a pull-up at 300 pounds. You know, you give me 150 pounds of sport, I guarantee you I'll do a push-up. If I was 300 pounds right now, I'd be repping out pull-ups. So, and it looks like everything's here. But, anyways, a door stop. Oh yeah, it comes with a door stop too. So, I'll have to look up and remember what those bands, how much resistance those bands are, because I don't think it shows it on the outside. But I'm almost positive there are, well fuck, there's an instruction book right here. Oh yeah, it's 50 to 130 pounds and 80 to 180 pounds. And that both of them together is 130 to 310 pounds. So, if I can't do a pull-up with that, there's something wrong. Because I can damn near row 300 pounds for one rep. So, hell yeah. Because that's been something I've wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. Because I could always do push-ups, and I could always do sit-ups, and I could run a mile, even though I hated it. Oh my God, I hated running a mile so much in elementary. In middle school, I used to get so triggered when we'd have to run the fucking mile. Oh my God, I hated that shit so much. I would get so mad, bro. I hated it because it's just running around a stupid lap over and over and over again. It was like football practice, sitting there watching the cross-country trainers, man. I used to just get, I don't know, like I said, I'll sit there and run sprints all day, but I run a mile and I'm just like, nope. I forget what this is. Oh, this was just a separate band. This is just a basic 15, 35-pound band. So we got 3 of these kinds of bands. I know there's been bros that have recommended this since very early on. I just never got around to them. Because honestly, I didn't take bands seriously, and I still probably don't as much as I should. But, yeah, because there's definitely things with these that I can do. And then also, you know, I can take these bands to a park and do a full workout in the park. And, which would be nice, you know, because especially as I lose weight, why not go to the park, take my shirt off, get sun, and work out at the same time, or even go out here. So these have a lot of possibilities. I'm pretty damn creative. And so I think I can figure some shit. Well, I already know some things. I guarantee you with like a kettlebell and this and these bands, be able to do some crazy shit. So, W for that. This, I think I know what this is. Yep. This is the other protein I got. Because I really like this brand. Yeah, not sponsored, it's nothing like that. I just really like this brand. And I've been trying different brands of protein, and so I wanted to try a different kind. But this is their version of that 8-hour protein. because that has too many carbs. I didn't notice it when I bought it, but that has way more carbs than I would like. This only has 3 grams per serving. I think that has like 12, which isn't ideal, but you know, whatever. So yeah, this is really nice. And then this actually doesn't have the, well, it still has less lecithin and sucralose, but that's all right. But this has isolate, concentrate, and casein, and egg white protein, and whey protein hydrolysate, protein hydrolysate. There we go. Got to go back to kindergarten to read. Mycelial casein, goat milk protein. Holy fuck, dude! This thing has whey protein isolate, whey protein concentrate, native mycelial casein, native whey protein isolate, egg white protein, whey protein hydrolysate, micellar casein, goat milk protein, cocoa, natural and artificial flavors. God only knows what that is. Lecithin, sucralose. But it's a good company, so I don't think it's too garbage. But I don't know. Obviously, I want to be able to get the basic one that only has protein, basically protein and like ground up strawberries or something, or vanilla extract and monk fruit and stevia. Like that's the protein that I want, but I'm just not spending fucking $100 for 5 pounds right now. And I mean, that little bit isn't going to kill me for now. That stuff's more luxury and stuff that I will buy once I'm actually making decent money and can afford it. Right now, there's other priorities, like a better camera and a phone, which also, by the way, speaking of, now that I'm going to have 2 phones, what I'm going to be able to do eventually is I'm going to be able to wear the S24 with a chest strap or a harness. I've already got that, and do like a walk, or if I get a bike or whatever. And then that I'll get an arm thing, and then I can read chat. So I can do IRL stuff outside and have chat and read chat, and then I can just wear that phone. So I don't have to carry around a stupid selfie stick, because I hate that. I don't want to sit there and walk for a long time holding a stick. I'm weird like that. I've never liked holding anything when I walk. If I go on a long walk, I want a camel pack. I'm not carrying a bottle of water for fucking miles. I hate that shit. And so yeah, that's another thing. I'm gonna get a camel pack. They're not bad. They're like $30-$40. And then we're gonna be going on some good hikes. And now I've got a means to stream it and have fun and interact. And we just go walk and hang out. Let me know in the chat if that's something. If you're still watching, let me know if that really hypes you up. And that it can be hiking. You know, I mean, I'm pretty creative. I'm trying to stick to keeping it basic so I don't implode and freak out and get overwhelmed like I kind of did. That's why I kind of had that fat boy emo moment. The whole thing, you know, because I'm changing a lot of shit all at once. It's not easy, and there's a psychological aspect to it. You know, I'm overcoming addiction. There's some mental health shit. I don't like talking about that because people way overuse that. They victimize themselves, and I fucking hate that shit. But there is a truth to it, and so but you know, that's something that I don't want to, you know, I don't want to talk about it, right? This is a weight loss journey. And I don't want to, you know, anything that sounds victim-y. That's why I didn't like talking about the calf. That's why, I mean, if you've been here, you know. If you haven't, I don't really feel like going into that rant again. So the whole point is I'm going to have an S24, and then I can buy another phone plan with Straight Talk, which is amazing. So, which is like $50. So an extra $50 a month, and I'll be able to stream the chat with like an armband or something with that phone, and then use the S24 as like a main camera, either in their chest harness, and then I'll probably have a selfie in my backpack so I can use at times. But go hike, maybe. Just I'm liking the idea the more and more as I think about it, because that will make it so I don't have to be sitting there chatting forever. And then, you know, I don't know. They're just the only thing about streaming that makes me. I'm just trying to hold a conversation for a long time, because that's your number one job as a streamer, right? Is to entertain and hold a conversation. There's just sometimes where I just fucking don't want to sit. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but there's just times where I don't fucking want to talk. And I don't want to be like, yeah, I don't want to end stream, you know what I mean? But that's just me overthinking shit, most likely. Again, let's see, let me make sure. Because I order some shit sometimes. Okay, we're good. No, but Amazon has a lot of interesting things if you didn't know. But anyways, yeah, this is a cool tripod head that I got. And which, hell yeah, W, I'm getting my first YouTube check for too long, $198. I'll take it, man. $198 just to work out and hang out with y'all. Fucking A, dude. Thank y'all. Because I think half of that is fucking super chats or something. But it's cool, man. I never expected any money until I've lost the fat. In my opinion, I don't even deserve money until I've done what I say I'm going to do. So my mindset this whole time, even though part of me wants to, is because that gives me the freedom to go do shit. But that's why I'm going to start working on stocks or not stocks, but futures and options again. So I'm not worried about that. And then that's also going to be good content if once I get comfortable streaming, firing that bitch up in the morning and doing the market open on live stream. And then can you imagine that, dude, hitting a big win, just going fucking psycho and doing some grunge sets? And actually might be dangerous if I hurt myself. I make like fucking, I pop off and make like $4 or $5 grand on a fucking real quick on a stream, which I know is easily possible because I've done it. And but yeah, and then just going absolutely ballistic ape shit, which I guarantee you I will. You think you've heard me giggity goo and wee? Yeah, just wait till I fucking hit a banger on fucking futures or something on a live stream, bro. You're gonna see yee hee wee hee on fucking steroids. You're gonna see yee hee wee hee, like I mean, bro, just turbocharged. But so there's this. So this is a nice ball because that thing is a piece of shit. Where is it? The thing that's on there, it's like plastic and it's wobbly. So I wanted to get a good metal. This is a nice heavy duty tripod head actually. I really like, that's heavy. I could freaking throw that at someone and knock them the fuck out. Holy shit. Hell yeah. Let's go. W. So okay. This is fun, eh? Huh? Just chilling, bullshitting, opening shit. I guess that's kind of like what streaming would be. I'm just talking to y'all in the future. Y'all aren't talking to me at the same time. I'm just. Anyways, now this. Uh-oh. Oh. I can't show that one. I can't show these two. I'm not acting though, that is a real thing. That is a real possibility. I do order some shit from time to time and forget about it. I have no problem enjoying being single. I'll just point that out. I ain't got no pride or anything. I don't give a shit. I'll do what I need to do, brother. Let me tell you that. I am not wanting, whether I got a woman or not. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I am not wanting whether I am single or not. These are just some headphones I got for if I just do decide to stream. Because mine that I have don't have, the mic doesn't work. So hopefully these ones, the mic work. I'll have to test them. If not, I saw some other ones that I didn't get because I got these. They're on a big sale on Amazon because of Father's Day. So I'll just return these and get that. But hopefully these work. These look cool. And that's the cool thing. There's so many brands so many generic shit. You actually get some really good shit nowadays for pretty cheap. Unfortunately, it's all, never mind. I don't talk about that. So yeah, nice little unboxing. Oh, I ain't gonna mess with it. You saw me put the 25s. I got two more 15-pound thingamajiggies, vinyl weights. And then I think whenever I use this next, I'm going to reorganize it. I'm going to put those on the Easy Curl bar. So that way because all that weight is sitting on the barbell. So all that weight's sitting on these right here. right here, this is taking all 200 pounds or whatever is on there. And then, so these are, that one's busted. And so, yeah, I think if I take that off and put them on the easier bar with this, that'll be 40 and 30, because these are 20s and 15s. Plus the bar is like 4 or 5 pounds. So 75 pounds. And then that will, right now it's 55, so that'll be like a 20-pound jump. I don't know. We'll see. Which I think 75 actually be a good. That's the next step. And then we'll just work that until it's too easy. Because right now this is too easy. We can do like fucking rep sets of like 20 or 30. Well, we're literally doing 30s with bike. That's just too light. I like it, but I'd rather do 21s, I think, with 70. So that's what we're going to do. And then, so although it did, the standing skull crushers, it did feel pretty good. But that was, my triceps were pretty worn out. I don't know. That's the plan. That's just rambling. I think that's a good talk. I think there's a lot of content. I actually think I did a pretty good job just blabbering on, which, like I said, sometimes I just go on one. And sometimes I'm just, believe me, you laugh. There's been times when I'm like trying to make a video, man, and I'm sitting there and I do like 10 intros because it just sounds stupid, or, you know what I mean? And then sometimes they just flip it on and I barely have to edit anything. So, yeah. I guess at the end of the day, who gives a shit, right? I just probably just stop being a pussy and just live stream, because that would be fun. I might as well. I'm sitting here watching YouTube half the time anyway. I don't go out. I don't do shit because that all costs money. And I don't look for friends. I don't chase friends. So I have a very small circle, and I've kind of kept to myself. So I really don't have very many friends here. And I mean, that's not sad. I'm actually kind of proud of that, because I think people get overextended. They overextend themselves in that department, in my opinion. So that's just a lesson I learned very early on, not to chase women especially, and then even friends, because that bites you. When friends naturally find their way into your life, W's. Every friend, real friend, I've never had a falling out with one of my real friends ever. But that's because there's less than 10 in my whole life. So, yeah, random tidbit of knowledge, I guess, or wisdom, advice, or nonsense bullshit, depending on who you are, right? So, yeah, let's just leave it at that. W fucking A. I guess, well, gotta show y'all the food and stuff. So, I broke my fast at, I think, about 3:30 in the morning, if I remember correctly. And then I finished it at about 5:30. I had to shake it like 5:30. So, 2-hour eating window. And those are the macros, because I'm logging it, screenshotting it. If I remember correctly, it was 2,600 calories and a little over 300 grams of protein and 130 or 40 grams of fat. I think it was 130, so it was a fairly low fat day, because all the fat was just from that lean steak and 3 tablespoons of butter. That's the only fat I had. And that's a W day. That's the kind of day I want to have more times than not. That's like, if I had to choose, like, that's a W day. 26 to 2,800 calories, 130 to 150 grams fat. But if I go over that, then who cares? Because I'm naturally going to go a little lower on some days. The only thing that matters to me, protein has to be over 300 grams. That is the secret, I think, in my gut. And again, I know I'm doing this, and none of this matters until I've actually done it. But I'm telling you, there is a magical thing about high-protein ketovore that very few people have explored, because they're so dead set on doing what everyone else has always done since fucking ever. And I just, thankfully, I just think outside the box, and I've never really cared what is mainstream. I'm going to do what seems like is the right thing or best thing to do. And so this is by far, without question, the best thing for me. High-protein ketovore mixed with fasting. Never felt better in my life. And that's just me. I mean, maybe I'm just metabolically fucked and can't process carbs. So I think maybe sometimes it may come off like I'm trash talking carbs. And I think in some ways, the more and more I do this, I kind of am a little bit, but not really. Like, everyone's different. It's just, all I have really is my body to reference. And I just don't. I'm not a space alien freakazoid. So if something affects me, it has to affect at least a certain percentage of the population in the same way. So that's how I look at it, right? All right, what today? I'll see y'all tonight when I make some food. Get in my belly. You better get used to looking at it because it ain't gonna be there much longer. Whee! All right, y'all. This is dinner. We're gonna have this is 2 pounds of hamburger. This is 80/20, but we're gonna drain it, which I've done the math before. I'm not gonna mess with it here and show it and all that, but this ends up equating to about 90/10 without the fat that drains off of it. You know, it ends up being closer to macros to 90/10. So kind of like bacon's pretty lean actually when you cook it super crispy and pat it real dry. Same thing with hamburger. You drain it and it turns it a lot leaner. That hot water, dish soap, boom. Keep it from globbing up. If you didn't know that, never had a clogged sink in my life, and that's all I ever do. I mean, I don't pour bacon grease down the fucking sink or anything, but something like that a little bit ain't gonna hurt nothing as long as you chase it with hot water and a lot of soap for a little while. Anyways, back to this. So 2 pounds of essentially 90/10 hamburger and 9 eggs. Again, XL Eggland's Best. 4.5 grams of fat, 7 protein per egg. I'm gonna have 9, which equates to about 2,250 calories between the two. And I'm gonna just have a 75-gram protein shake later, and that's all I'm gonna have. So that's what I mean by high protein ketovore. I think some of y'all may be confused about what I'm doing. This is high protein, moderate fat, and almost no carbs. It's not high fat, low to moderate protein. And no, this is high protein, moderate fat, almost no carbs. And that's the secret, in my opinion. But we'll see at the end of all this. So, but that's dinner. And there's the actual macro screenshot. Bam, and there we go. 2 pounds of 90/10 hamburger, or 80/20 drained, which is basically 90/10. I've measured it and all that. And then 9 eggs, nice runny yolks. Cheers, mate.